All right, let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on Race to Power, because the tensions between the United States and Venezuela have now taken a very sharp and a very compelling turn. The American forces claim that they have now seized a massive oil tanker just off Venezuela's coast. So far, Donald Trump had been talking about drug trafficking from Venezuela, but it is an oil tanker that's now been seized from Venezuela. And this incident marks the first time that the United States has confiscated a Venezuelan oil tanker since it imposed sanctions in 2019. Now, these sanctions were imposed to restrict Venezuela's oil exports as a means of pressuring the Venezuelan government. Now, video footage that's been shared by the U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi shows the American troops descending from a helicopter onto the tanker's deck. The armed soldiers quickly took control of the ship's bridge with their rifles raised as they secured the vessel. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, explained that the tanker was part of an illicit network that was moving sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. Now, the American President Donald Trump addressed the situation, highlighting the astonishing size of the tanker and called it the largest ever seized by the U.S. authorities. And the move comes during a huge U.S. military build-up in the Caribbean and the strikes that have taken place on the alleged drug boats by the Americans.
You know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people.
Now, Venezuela immediately condemned the move, accusing Washington of outright theft and calling the seizure an act of international piracy with some of the world's largest proven oil reserves. The Venezuelan authorities have accused Washington of attempting to strip the country of its vital resources. Meanwhile, the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro demanded an end to U.S. intervention in his nation. He called once again for a unified South America, drawing on the historic vision of Gran Colombia. Now, Maduro took to the streets of Caracas, leading his supporters in a march through the capital. At a rally, he sang and also danced to a new song with the refrain, "Don't worry, be happy."
No al intervencionismo.
We say no to interventionism, no to plans for destabilization and regime change. The U.S. government should focus on governing its own country.
The Trump's administration has piled a lot of pressure on Maduro in recent months, deploying a fleet of warships and the world's largest aircraft carrier under the pretext of combating drug trafficking. It's also carried out deadly strikes under Operation Southern Spear on more than 20 alleged drug boats in the region, killing at least about 87 people.
Is that true?
No.
They made a decision on that?
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.